All right, howdy everybody. So today we have the base of our Sasquatch blood, which is a combination of cranberries and blackberries and raspberries. This is the base of cranberry juice and it has fermented very well. It has taken a while to ferment because it's been a bit chilly out, as I'm sure you are all aware. So first thing is first, we will take off the airlock and take a peek inside. So looking inside, it still has some tiny bubbles, but otherwise no mold, no crazy things. It just looks like there's some yeasty bits floating about. All right, so, and now for the smell test. It smells like fermented cranberries, honestly, but that is not a bad thing whatsoever. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rack it out of this container and we're going to put it into another container that has the blackberries and raspberries. I have 2 pounds of blackberries and raspberries. The blackberries came from our friends Justin and Kendra in their garden from this past summer. I'm very excited. We know that their berries make lovely mead. The past couple of blackberry meads have been from their berries and they have been very tasty. And then the raspberries, because I don't have a direct supplier for raspberries, are Remlinger Farms, which is local to the Washington area. So first thing is first, we'll get the fermenter ready for the berries. There. So before I put the berries in, I'm going to go ahead and put this bag in to catch the berries because the berries will just make a big mess and just float around. So instead, I'm going to put them in this bag to kind of contain them and make life a little bit easier down the road when we rack it again after the infusion. And I'm also going to put a weight on top of the bag so that it doesn't float up, which we are expecting to happen. I forgot, I need to take a reading. So let's do that. Now, what do I mean when I say I'm going to take a reading? I'm going to be taking a specific gravity reading, which tells us the potential alcohol of the brew. We have to have the reading at the beginning of fermentation where there is no alcohol, and we get to now where there is alcohol, and we figure out how much alcohol is based on that. It's kind of a density of the liquid versus water. The more sugars there are, the denser the water is, versus the more alcohol, the less dense the liquid is. Fun facts. Had to get my laptop ready. So we'll take our sanitized pipette. Everything has been sanitized in the lovely black bucket using the manufacturer's directions for Star San. That is my preferred sanitation fluid because it is a no rinse, so it's not a big deal if a little bit of the liquid gets involved in the brewing process. So, pipette. Little taste. Oh, that's nice. All right, we're at 11.6% Brix. Well, it hasn't moved in a week, so I had a little too much. Let's wash that out and do it again because I'm not convinced. Okay, 11.2 instead. So that puts the gravity at 1.008, and we started at 1.105. Yes, we did start at 1.105. So between those two, we take the difference, and then we multiply that by 131.25. That's just the coefficient of choice by the majority of brewers in the industry. And the alcohol content that we end up getting is 12.7%. So she's doing just fine. She's going to be lovely. The alcohol content will change again because of the new berries. There is a fair chance that more fermentation will happen because of the new sugars that are being added. We'll see. So far, the yeast has been very sluggish at this point, but it may perk up again with a new source of sugar. So, where was I? I was putting blackberries and raspberries into the bag that is inside the fermenter. Whew, I can talk today. Had to sanitize the funnel real quick. So first, the blackberries. I'm using 2 pounds of blackberry. These are raspberries. Bless. So I'm using 2 pounds of raspberries that were frozen and obviously have defrosted, which is good. It might slow down any processes because they're still cold to the touch, but that'll go away as it decides to warm up. So 2 pounds of raspberries going in. And this is why I also sanitize my hands. There we go. All of that is in there. Ooh. I got a cut from my kitties this morning, taking them to the vet, and some juice just got in it. It stings. I lost just a titch of juice, but I'm not too worried about it. So now I'm gonna put this together and tie it off. So this is actually a hop bag, that is a grain bag that is used in beer, so it doesn't have a little string to tie it, unfortunately. So we make do. We make do. There we go. So there's that. And then I have some marbles, which do have a little bag, little tight thing. So I'm going to put those directly on top of the berries so that they stay submerged. There we go. All right. So that's all in this fermenter. Let's take a look inside just to see what it is. It looks very red. So next we're going to rack from the conical fermenter into the orange fermenter. So to do that, we raise the fermenter up, this fermenter up, we lower this fermenter down, and I have some sanitized tubing that we will use to siphon, that's the word, to siphon from this vessel into the next vessel. The name of the game is precarious. I want a little bit higher. Do I have anything? I might have something nearby. There we go. That's where I want that. So, she's a little wonky, but you know, you make do with what you got. Oh, focus. There we go. Yep, you make do with what you got. We have the conical up there, the spital or orange fermenter down there, and we'll hit go. Now, you probably saw that spurt. That's probably a little bit of sediment in there, just because of the way that the conical fermenter is built. You can smell the cranberry.